for 15 years already. And we have been an Atlassian Gold partner for 5 years already. During this time, well, we delivered hundreds of Atlassian-based projects. And today, our experts would like to share their experience with you. As you see in the agenda, as you see in the agenda, we will go through the problem statement. We will state the problem of the rising license pricing, and then we will give you some practical recommendations on how to optimize your license costs, and also showcase how these recommendations work on the examples of the real projects that we delivered. If you have any questions during the speech, please put them down in the chat or hold them till the end of the webinar. We will have a questions and answers part to discuss all the questions. Note, please, that the webinar will be recorded, and get ready for interactions that our speakers prepared for you today. There will be polls and questions, and I hope you like it. So let's start. Nadia, Alex, please take the floor.
Thank you, Kate. Hi, everyone. Thanks, everyone, for joining. I see somebody still joining us today, but again, this webinar is going to be recorded, so you will get the access to the presentation and the recording if you missed something from the beginning. So let's start from the quick question. Can you please put a plus in the chat if you have noticed the dramatical rise increase over the past years? Okay, so lots of pluses. Yeah, the prices are rising, and Atlassian is not an exception. In accordance with Gartner, we expect up to 20% of the license cost rise by 2025. This is within the software as a service application license costs, and this is due to different reasons: the inflation, the environmental reasons, and competitive labor markets. So yes, the prices are rising. And Atlassian, from the other hand, constantly investing in the new features, adding some wonderful features in the products, and improving the products, and that also has its own effect on the license costs. But Atlassian is trying to make you the happiest customer ever, of course.
On the other hand, we have few Atlassian customers who want to be efficient and do not waste money on their own subscription or configuration, stay informed about Atlassian changes and answer to them in time, be safe from losses due to improper license procedures, and finally, be uninterrupted with the support of Atlassian solutions being provided without critical delays.
Atlassian products, as you may probably know, are priced monthly or annually and based on the number of users per product. That means that any change in the products and users quantity will affect the pricing eventually. So if you do not keep an eye on your user accounts on a regular basis, your license cost will increase. That is why optimization and reduction of the Atlassian license cost is achieved through how the continuous monitoring and adjusting the setup. So you are prepared in advance. So now let's speak how we can optimize the pricing.
First of all, I guess a quick question. How many licenses do you think are unused by employees on average? I believe you should see a poll on your screen shortly. Try to guess correct answer. I'm gonna select 30%.
Yeah, I see almost everyone answered. Let's give it a minute or so, a couple of seconds.
Yeah.
And we will see the results. Okay, so you should see the results of your Paul?
Okay. Well, top two contenders are 20 and 50%. Well, you'll be surprised, but one study by Nextink shows that up to 50% licenses are unused by employees. This equates to almost 45 millions, which is wasted per month on unused licenses across 30 popular software tools. There is a common problem. Some features or even the entire software as a service solutions are not used by all users having access to it. We are often seeing it with our customers. Sometimes about 50% of licenses are not used, but you are still paying for them.
Yeah. A comprehensive audit of your Atlassian products usage and your user base can help you to identify these unused, underutilized, or duplicate user licenses and save your company money. So repeating this process will ensure that your Atlassian products are continuously improving in terms of the value at the lowest cost possible. So we just want you to pay for what you're really using, not more.
And now let's speak about the real techniques that we are applying with our customers. And first of all, it is just user-based review. Export and filter the current user base to identify and clean up non-active users. This way, you will clearly understand software usage and make license upgrades or downgrades accordingly. Do you know that annual billing can be also a bit cheaper than the monthly one? In some cases, switching to an annual subscription from the monthly one can help, because annual subscriptions may be up to 15% cheaper compared with the monthly billing and depending on the number of users purchased. This is just an example of one of our customers where we have achieved up to $20,000 US savings doing a switch from monthly to an annual subscription.
Yeah, so really, usually the annual subscription is a bit more cheaper. So that's the question for you to think of. And another technique is to review your infrastructure and processes. Such a review may reveal that there is no actual need for some premium or enterprise features which you may be using. And the downgrade of your billing plan can help you to save some costs. Or vice versa, you can remove some extra marketplace applications to remove the functionality which you may already have out of the box in the standard or premium or enterprise plans. And this way you can also achieve some cost optimization. Removing unused or rarely used marketplace apps in overall will help you to save the cost as well. And the configuration review is also important, as you may probably do not know that, but you may give the licenses to everyone, to the users who don't even need to use this license, or just to some former employees, but you have this setting turned on and you just don't know about it. So this configuration review can also help you to save some costs. And another option for the license optimization is a tool cutting or instances consolidation as well. So if you have lots of instances of Atlassian products, you can just merge them in one and remove the duplicated user license costs. And for example, for our valuable customer, Ayata, we didn't upgrade to the premium plan, but this way we have decreased the administration efforts by 50% just using the premium plan features. And this way we have saved the cost, not on the licenses, on the other hand, but still that was the cost saving.
Atlassian is continuously innovating and changing, delivering important updates, changing prices, offering time-limited promotions, and in support of solutions, for example, Atlassian server, and so on and so forth. Getting to know the latest announcements and taking corresponding actions in time may save several $1,000s for your organizations. Can you tell us, how do you monitor Atlassian reviews, if you do? I believe you are going to see a poll on your screen shortly as well. It's multiple choice, so please select options that are applicable to you.
Yeah, let's also give everyone a couple of seconds. Let's see if people are voting. That's good.
All right.
just a bit seconds more.
Okay.
Okay, now you should see the results.
The results are in, and I see that majority of people are just monitoring Atlassian emails. Okay. So why is it important to track news at all? If Atlassian announces the upcoming price increase, you can bring forward the renewal date ahead of that increase in case your annual cloud license is within 90 days of its expiration date. Since quotes for renewals can be extended for the next 90 days, you lock in ahead of these price changes and optimize license costs. Reacting to Atlassian server end-of-life news, we have migrated our client to cloud and achieved up to 30% reduction of the total cost of ownership. And with another customer of ours, we have been able to achieve up to 20% license cost optimization, locking the pricing before the pricing increase.
Now let's check if we have any community or academic institutions here. So you can put a community or academic or open source. It's also important in the chat, so we can know about you. So as practice shows, some of you don't even know that there is a special license from Atlassian. So for qualifying community or academic institutions and open source companies who are doing the open source projects, there are some special discounts from Atlassian. For qualifying nonprofit charitable organizations, you can get up to 75% of your pricing decrease, so 75% discount on cloud, and you can get the data center for free. And for the academic institutions, Atlassian provides 50% discount. And with the open source projects, you can use free cloud standard plans. We, as Itransition, can assist you with getting this special type of license, and we can assist you throughout the whole process of submitting the special forms, collecting the proofs, and speaking with Atlassian, and applying this license to your Atlassian products. For example, we got with this special pricing for our charitable organization from UK Crisis we're working with. So we not only get the community license for them, we also did some downgrades of their billing plans, achieving up to 80% of the price license cost reduction for them. Finally, if you're still with us, let's see how we can help you with the license cost optimizations.
Itransition provides free of charge Atlassian license cost optimization services. We execute a detailed audit of your Atlassian products, features, users, and configuration. Then we provide you with a recommendations report, so you can get the best value for the price. It is up to you whether you'd like us to make necessary changes to implement these recommendations, or if you'd like to do that yourself. And again, this is absolutely free.
With us, you do not need to bother with the regular monitoring activities, with the reviews, with the configuration changes, as we do it for you. Also, as an Atlassian partner, we're first to know about some upcoming pricing change increases, about the new features, about everything, so we can generate the timely actions for you and we can save your money in advance. And finally, if your organization is related to non-profit or charitable or academic institutions or doing open source projects, we can also help you to get these special discounts from Atlassian. And with our offering, with our license cost optimization offering, we also assist you with your license management services. So we provide you license management services. We take all the hassle related to your license management, to the purchasing, renewing, upgrading, downgrading your licenses. And this way, you just don't need to do anything, almost anything, just need to pay for the licenses, really. And taking care about your license management, we prepare a qualified professional invoice for you. So you just need to pay the invoice. And we can do it in any currency which is convenient for you. For example, comparing with Atlassian, who charge only in USD, we can do GBP or euros, whatever works for you. And if your products are charged on a different dates throughout the months, there are usually different subscription dates, we can combine this all in one invoice. And we can also apply the invoice payment terms which are convenient for you. So we're just trying to make it easier for you. And we're just trying to be a one-stop shop for everything related to your licenses. And yeah, just trying to make your life easier.
Doing so, you are delegating all of the routine to us. You don't need to remember to renew your licenses. We are your reminders. You do not need to be bothered with the paperwork. We get everything done for you. We also provide you extra support on top of our license support, and you always have access to our expertise and recommendations. We are here for you to make your life simpler.
Okay, thank you, Alex. Thank you, Nadia, for the sound presentation. And now we are moving to questions and answers. We have several questions in the chat. Let's start with them. The first one comes from Sarah. Do we need to buy any external plugins for user management?
I can probably answer this one. No, you do not need any external plugins or applications for the user management. You have everything out of the box. So you can see all your active users, all your inactive users of your product, and for some marketplace apps as well. So you have everything out of the box.
Okay, thank you. The next question is from Max. How do I understand which cost optimization technique is right for me? And can different approaches be used together?
Let me take this one.
Okay.
Great question. So usually all of them are applicable, but the extent that they are applicable will depend on your specific configuration. So you can just reach out to us, and we can do a review of your instance and give you recommendations on which technique specifically is going to give you the most of optimization, I guess.
Okay. Thank you, Alex.
Okay, Kate, I believe we missed the first question from Andrea before the Sarah's one. Just don't want to miss it.
You mean the question from Andrea? Do you?
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
There is some doubt from Andrea. He says that having, example, 51 users, I have to pay for 100 users if I pay annually. If I pay monthly, I can pay only for 51 users. How will you comment on that?
Yeah, so how it works with the annual payments, that you are paying the same user rate for 51 users or for 100 users, it doesn't matter. So you're still paying the same price per user on this 51 to 100. And with the monthly one, every time you're adding more and more users, it will be more and more expensive for you, eventually up to 15% more expensive. So that's why annual is considered a bit cheaper. But usually, just to understand how it's going to be in a long run, we just taken the clients, the customers' data for the past months. We're seeing the trend. We're analyzing this trend, and we are recommending you either switch to the annual billing. It will be anyway cheaper. It will. It may not be like up to 15%. It can be just 5%, but it will still be cheaper. But seeing this trend, we can just recommend you some options eventually. So just predicting how it will look like in future. But with the annual payments, the price from 51 to 100 in this particular example, you will have the same price per user. When with the monthly one, the price per user will be more expensive. Not sure if I described this correctly, but let us know if you will have any other questions, Andrea.
Okay, thank you, Nadia. And we also have interest from several people about migrating from server. And the question is, does Atlassian offer any incentives or discounts for migrating from server?
Yeah, I can probably take this one as well. So with the discounts for the migration from server or from the data center to cloud or from server to data center, there is currently a discount in place, but it is applicable only up to July 1st, 2023. So till that date, you can get up to 20% discount if you are migrating to cloud, and up to 15% discount if you are migrating to data center. But this discount is also subject to your user tiers. So you should have a specific user tier. If I'm not mistaken, again, it should be more than thousands of users. So in this case, you will get the discount, but you have to act fast if you decide to do so and purchase your new cloud and get the cloud quote till July 1st, 2023, which is in a month or so. So there is a discount. It's 15% for data center or 20% for cloud for the qualified user tiers, more than thousands of users, but this is applicable only till July 1st, 2023. And this is mostly because the end of server is coming soon in February.
Okay, thank you, Nadia. There was one more question that probably I can answer too. The recording will be sent you later. Don't worry, the webinar is recorded. Okay, the next question is rather interesting from Marina. How do you as a company benefit from delivering a free service? Don't really get this, sorry.
Nadia, do you want to take this one as well?
Okay, let me do it. So we are Atlassian partners, and as an Atlassian partner, we do have special requirements to confirm our partnership, and one of them is to resell the specific number of the licenses on behalf of our customers. This is just the requirement of the partnership as the requirement of any other partnership, for example, Microsoft, etc. And we are very proud to be Atlassian partners, and we do want to keep with this partnership. So that's why we are interested in the reselling, but we don't want you to pay for that, because why do you need to pay for that? So that's why we are proposing you this free service. And there is no any hidden anything. we just really trying to help you with your license cost optimizations.
Okay, thank you very much. And we have one more question. If I were to start optimizing costs right now, what is one easy way to get started and see immediate results?
Okay, let me take this one now. So the easiest one would be the first technique that we have mentioned, which is user-based review. Just export the details from Jira or Confluence administration page, see who haven't logged in for a long time, and just revoke licenses for such people. And this way you get immediate benefits.
Okay, thank you very much. There is one more comment from Andrea in the chat that 51 users paying monthly, it's 395 per month. It's $4,740 per year. 51 users paying annually is $7,750 per year. 51 is just an example, but if you're close to the lower bound of the tier, annual payment is not convenient at all.
Yeah, that's true, but that's why I was speaking about the trends. So if you are in the long run expecting to grow, and after a couple of months you will have 70 users or 80, the annual payment will be eventually more cheaper for you. And again, we can do this calculation for you and predict the trend. And there was also a reply earlier to a question, Andrea, about reducing the cost. So you can go from 51 to 50, and this way also do more cost savings. So it's not only always about the upgrade, it can also be the downgrade, because yeah, maybe some users not using the instance too often, so we can revoke one license. But there are options. So it's not like it is prompted for you to go to annual billing. You as the customer decide what works best for you, and we can help you do these predictions of the calculations of your costs in upcoming months. So it's not like you can switch to annual right now. You may probably want to switch later on, or you can probably switch when Atlassian announces the price increase for the next years. In this case, switching to annual will be even more cost effective, because Atlassian usually increases the prices on an annual basis. So there are lots of options, but how we can help you, again, we can analyze these trends, can analyze your usage and recommend you the most cost-effective option for you eventually.
Okay, thank you very much, Nadia. So we have some time left. And if you have any questions left, it's high time to ask them right now. Okay, we have one more question in the chat. Sorry if I have missed it, but how long your consulting usually lasts?
So for how long you need us? So it's not like this is just one day or something. Yeah, so it depends. If you want us to do the audit and provide you with the recommendations, so we can do it relatively quickly. And then it just depends on you whether you decide us to do some changes in your configuration, or we just give you the instructions how to do it. But eventually, since we also provide you the license management services, we're interested in reselling the licenses for you and making this process also easier for you. You can stay with us for as long as you want to be with us. So there are no any strict terms or something like that.
Thank you, Nadia.
Thank you.
So do we have any questions left? Okay. If there are no questions, okay, one more question. What was your quickest consulting engagement?
That's a tricky one. It's hard to remember, but usually, like with the customers we already work with, we're doing some configuration or implementation services for them. We can just do the audit like right away. So we just ask for the approval, and then we do the audit and provide with the recommendation report, just, I don't know, within a business day. So let's say the business day is the quickest one. But for the new customers, of course, there can be some bit to sign some documents like NDAs or something like that to put it in place so we can get access to their instances. So it may take a bit long time, but usually that's really relatively fast for us. Yeah, and thank you for your questions. Very good questions.
Yes, thank you very much. So if we don't have questions anymore, I think we can come to conclusion. We are highly interested in your feedback about the today's event. We are interested whether you like the webinar, whether you find it useful, and whether you plan to introduce something at your place. So please take part in this poll that you see now on the screen. Later, we will send you the webinar recording and also the presentation that you have just seen. And if you have some questions about license cost optimization and Itransition services and just want to talk more with our speakers, so please contact Nadia and Alex using emails in the follow-up that you will receive.